Taste of New York is visiting Olana Restaurant on Madison Avenue, and Chef AL DeMeglia will be preparing several healthy holiday entertaining recipes using Ronzoni Garden Delight Pasta. New to the New York metro market, Ronzoni Garden Delight provides a full serving of vegetables in every 4-ounce portion. People who consume a diet rich in fruits and vegetables as part of an overall healthy diet are likely to have a reduced risk of some chronic diseases. A diet high in vegetables is a great way to reduce the risk of disease and promote health. To increase your veggie intake, try finding recipes that put vegetables in the spotlight. Let's go into the kitchen with Chef AL DeMeglia and see what's cooking.
Welcome to Olana Restaurant, located at 72 Madison Avenue. My name is Albert DeMeglia. I'm the chef partner here. Today we're going to be making 2 pasta recipes with you with Ronzoni Garden Delight. Not only is it beautiful to look at, it actually has a full serving of vegetables in a 4-ounce portion. My first pasta that I'm going to be doing for you tonight is with Ronzoni Garden Delight spaghetti, which is perfect for the holiday, which is a seafood pasta. So what I did is I ran to the store and I've got some beautiful fresh calamari that I cut up a little bit, or you can have your butcher cut up, as well a little bit of fresh shrimp is peeled, deveined, and cut in half. Little sliced Anaheim chili for flavor. Then we have a little red pepper flake for the heat in the dish, followed by a little bit of diced tomato for the freshness, and finally a little bit of cooked mussels. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a little bit of the Ronzoni Garden Delight spaghetti and drop it in some boiling water. You're going to take about 10 minutes to get a nice al dente portion. After that, I'm going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just about 2 tablespoons in there. Just get the pan hot. Make sure the flame is high now, so you get the oil a little bit hot. And then you're going to take some of the fresh calamari that we started with, and we're going to hit that to the pan. You want that nice sear on it. Then we're going to take a little bit of the shrimp, add shrimp, maybe about 4 or 5 pieces. We're going to take a little bit of the Anaheim chili, and we're going to just sprinkle a little bit of the Anaheim chili. This is about a tablespoon of Anaheim chili in there, and a pinch of red pepper, not too much, because you want it flavored, you don't want it spicy. Now back to some more ingredients. We're going to add some of the fresh tomato that we diced up. You want the tomatoes in there now, so you want them to break down before the shrimp and the calamari are fully cooked, and it adds a little bit of moisture to it. And we're going to put that back down on the fire. While we're doing that, we're going to check the pasta again. Just make sure it's cooking well. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit of the cooking liquid from the mussels into the pan. Now you want to pull this away from the fire, because you got fire and you have hot oil, and it might cause a little bit of flame. So you're going to throw that in there just like that, and you're going to add a little bit of the mussels right at the end. So you don't want the mussels to overcook. You're going to lower the flame just a little bit, and now we're going to go to our pasta that should be cooked perfect. And take it out. Leave some of the water in. Okay, so now you have a pasta. Not only does it taste good, you have a full portion of vegetables inside the pasta with a lot more flavor than you would get from a regular pasta as well. So I'm just going to let this simmer just a little bit more. Lower the flame, make sure it's nice and low. Seems about ready. Now seafood has a lot of salt in it already. You should also have a little salt in your water, but you want to finish it with a little bit of salt to bring out all the flavors in the pasta as well as in the seafood. And you finish it off with a little fresh ground pepper. Okay? And that's basically it. We're ready to plate. So I'm going to shut my fire off. I'm going to grab a nice clean pair of tongs. And we're just going to put everything right into the center. Just like this. Make sure you have some shrimp, some mussels, some tomatoes right on top. Okay? So now you have a pasta with a full portion of vegetables as well as full flavor. For my second pasta, what we're going to do is we're going to use Ronzoni Garden Delight Radiatore, which are basically radiators in Italian. A little fun shape that I don't think people use enough. It helps catch a lot of the flavor and a lot of the garnishes you put in your pasta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to run over to my boiling water again, and I'm going to put a good amount in there. And this will take probably about 8 minutes to get it a perfect al dente. I'm a big fan of having a little bite into my pasta, so if you're not, just let it cook a little bit longer. So we have a little bit of sliced red onion, followed by a little bit of sliced up zucchini, a little bit of eggplant, a little bit of ground lamb just quickly sauteed, roasted red peppers, a little bit of watercress. So since we put the oil in the pan and it should be hot now, we're going to take a little bit of the red onions, throw them in because they're raw and we want to get them cooked. Followed by some of the zucchini. All right, let that start sauteing. And you also could throw in a little bit of the eggplant now. Since everything is raw, you want to get all the flavors start to build. You could also add a little bit of salt now. You could add a little bit later. This will help with the cooking process, get the flavors. You're starting to extract some of the flavors. Okay, now you can start adding in some of the nice ground lamb that was quickly sauteed before. A little extra for good measure. Let that come together a little bit more, and then we can take some of the roasted peppers. This is going to add some of the sweetness to the dish. All right, the pasta should be ready by now. Okay, again, leaving some of the liquid into the pasta, and we can also take a little bit more of the liquid from the pasta water, because as you're cooking the pasta, it gets a little bit of starch and helps bind the sauce, so you don't need to add all the extra butter and oil, so you can keep this healthy. And then right at the end, you can add the watercress. The watercress is going to give it the bitterness that you need. It'll add some of the flavor to contrast the sweetness in the dish. Give it a couple of tosses. Let it simmer a little bit down. Finish with a little more salt and pepper into it. There it is. It's starting to get nice and thick now. So now pasta's ready. I'm going to start to plate it. So what we have here is the finished pasta. Now a little bit of ricotta on top.
What a fantastic idea Ronzoni has. Without compromising the great taste your family loves, you can now give them the goodness of vegetables in each serving of Ronzoni Garden Delight. This is the perfect plan to create healthy and delicious dinners for you and your family.